scene in Orange County. This is just a few miles to the west of exit 15. That exit is in Middletown. We're in the Wayanda area. The bus overturned and went down an embankment in between both the east and westbound lanes of Interstate 84. Numerous first responders on the scene, ambulances, fire department personnel, as well as police. At this time, it's unclear how many people were on board the bus at the time of the accident. Also, whether the number and extent of injuries is unknown at this time as well. We can tell you it was a private carrier bus, not a public bus that was traveling on the roadway. It's unclear also at this time whether any other vehicles were involved in the accident. There were two medevac helicopters on the scene. One has already left. The second one still waiting to transport any injured people that were on board the bus away from the scene. The highway itself, Interstate 84, has been shut down to traffic in both directions. Again, this is just a few miles west of exit 15. Again, a large response by first responders on the scene, numerous ambulances on the scene, as well as fire department and police personnel. Still early in any type of investigation stage as to what caused the accident. Also, as we've been following the scene here, it's still unclear whether anybody is still on board the bus in terms of passengers. We have not seen any activity in the last few minutes that would indicate that there are passengers still on board the bus. But again, still a very active overall scene with first responders. Again, Interstate 84 shut down in both directions, just a few miles west of Middletown, New York, due to this bus that is overturned on the side of the road. Lisa, back to you.
Hey, Jim, let me just ask you before we let you go there. You've been flying above that area. Are you seeing first responders with lights flashing, rushing in from some of the other roadways there that lead into that area, or ambulances showing up there? Can you tell us about that?
We have not seen new first responders arrive on the scene in the last few minutes. Of course, there is some traffic getting into the area. There are some closures as well, but for the most part, the amount of emergency vehicles that we have seen on this location in terms of fire department and ambulance personnel, EMS personnel, has not changed in the last few minutes. But of course, this is an ongoing situation. As they might require more personnel, they'll of course bring more in.
All right, Jim Smith and Sky Fox HD, thank you very much for that report. Now, we are hearing that there may be passengers who were aboard that bus who are from Long Island, who are students. And let's go right now to our own Jody Goldberg joining us live on the phone. Jody, what are you hearing?
Lisa, it's all very new, but we did just get a message from the Farmingdale School District that was sent over saying, quote, "We were informed that there had been an accident with Bus 1. That's the bus we're told Farmingdale students were on. They were en route to band camp. It was at Greeley, Pennsylvania. Police and emergency responders, we're told, are on the scene, and district administration, they're on their way up there, and they'll provide another update when more information becomes available. Now, I am told by parents who I've been speaking with, as this all is just unfolding right now, that the high school is extremely emotional. There are many students there crying, unsure of what's going on. As you saw, the video is very surprising. Not a lot, to be known. Still many unanswered questions. And so I am told that sports have been canceled for tonight in the Farmingdale School District. I pulled over. We are on our way. And as I hang up with you, I'm going to head over there and we'll hopefully learn more.
You have any idea about how many students were actually there? And was it a school bus or a charter bus?
So we are told that I was told it was a Greyhound bus, but that is not confirmed information. They were en route to Greeley, Pennsylvania. It was band camp, and I'm told that students were on the bus as well as parents aboard that bus that slipped. And like I said, hopefully we'll learn a little bit more once we get to the school, who was on the bus, how far they, where they were going, and what kind of, what condition they're in right now.
And I'm sure a tremendous amount of concern in that whole school community and the entire community there, especially for the parents and the fellow students. Jody, thank you very much for that report.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. As you just heard, a passenger bus has crashed in the town of Wawayanda, New York. There are reports of multiple injuries. We don't have all of any specific information yet. There has been no official briefing on the part of authorities yet in terms of what actually happened there. So as you can imagine, around the bus reportedly went off the road, went into the embankment in between the eastbound and westbound lanes. That's what our chopper reporter Jim Smith is reporting, what he has seen in between those two groups of lanes. It went down the embankment, it crashed, and there are many first responders who are there on the scene. So far, we've been trying to reach out to the local authorities. They're very busy and have not been able to get official confirmation from them. I'm sure there'll be some sort of official briefing from them as the afternoon moves on and as more information becomes available. We just heard from our Long Island reporter, Jody Goldberg, who says that there was a group of high school students from Farmingdale, along with some of the parents who were actually on that bus, and that bus was headed to a band camp in Greeley, Pennsylvania when this happened. So a tremendous amount of concern locally about what's happening there. And then also for people in that area, in and around Orange County, in and around Middletown, no matter what direction they're going in, you can expect a tremendous amount of road closures as they try to get a handle on what is actually happening there. Let's go back right now to our own Jody Goldberg. I think she may have more information for us. Jody, thanks for rejoining us. What can you tell us?
So there's tremendous concern locally. Now, I just want to explain, Wawayanda, New York is just about 30 miles from Greeley, Pennsylvania. We're told from the school district that's where the students were going. They were headed to band camp there, and the bus we're told many people were on the bus, like I said, students and parents. It's about maybe 45 minutes out from where they were traveling to, and obviously, they didn't make it. We're trying to get some information as to exactly what may have happened, the condition in which these students and parents are in, but emotions are very high right now because of all the unanswered questions.
And then Jody, was this a band camp for the weekend, or how long? Do we know anything about that?
I have all of those questions, and I have also questions in for the communications company that reps the district, just to get an idea of how long they were going for, what time they left, and how many people from Farmingdale were on that bus. There's a lot of speculation, so I wanted to try to stick to the facts right now of exactly what we do know as the story kind of is changing.
Exactly, and I'm sure a tremendous amount of concern as people are wondering we still don't know anything about possible injuries. There are some reports unconfirmed officially that there were multiple injuries. We don't know about that yet. First responders are on the scene. Hopefully they'll be able to do what they do and give the necessary treatment to save whatever lives if things have gotten that serious. But the bus is in between the two eastbound and westbound lanes of I-84 from what we're being told. And Jody, a tremendous amount of concern, I'm sure, and a lot of phone calls and text messages between the parents and the students going on there right now.
A lot going back and forth. I'm about 10 minutes out from the high school itself, so I'll have more information once I get there. We're told district administrators are heading up there. They're also contacting parents of those children on the manifest who are going to band camp, as they're notifying them of what happened, and they're learning about this, as we are.
And then, Jody, in terms of the high schools there, do they have text trees or emergency text systems or notifications at all for the students and for the families in case of any emergency?
I'm unsure of what type of, emergency applications they have in effect, but I do know that this message that I shared with you a little while ago did just go out to the district about the bus crash, emergency responders going to the scene, and, where the bus was going. They were headed to band camp. But as far as any type of emergency text messages, I haven't heard about that at this point.
All right, Jody, well, keep us posted, and thank you very much for your report.
Thank you.
Okay, we appreciate it. Okay, in case you're just joining us, we have learned that there is a bus that we are told by our own reporter, Jody Goldberg, from Long Island, from Farmingdale, Long Island, that had students from that high school on it, along with adults from the school community. They were headed to a band camp that's in Greeley, Pennsylvania, and they were about 45 minutes away from that location, about roughly 30 miles when this accident happened. And from what we know so far, again, none of this has been confirmed officially by either the state police or by the local Orange County Sheriff's Office, is that the bus was heading westbound on I-84 when, for some reason, we don't know what it is yet, some reason the bus careened off the highway and then fell or slid, careened into the embankment there on its side, as you can see from the videos that we've been showing you. And the students that were on board, we don't know what the condition is. We have had reports, again, unconfirmed officially, of multiple injuries. It's very, very early and very difficult in this type of situation, especially when we can, as the media, cannot get close to the actual scene. But first responders are on the scene, according to our Jim Smith from Skyfox, saying that first responders are there, ready to help and ready to do whatever needs to be done. But a tremendous amount of concern. I mean, this is a bus that was taking students. We don't know exactly how many. We should know that shortly from our Long Island reporter, Jody Goldberg. And that's what's happening right now. That is the latest, this breaking story. As we get more information, we will bring it to you, but we're going to return now to our